Hello, 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 everyone. Let me tell y'all something. First of all, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is Pamela. Listen, I'm not gonna be on camera today, so I'm gonna need for y'all to be okay with that. Hey, Andre, I see you. Thank you so much for joining. It's gonna be quick and sweet because you know how I do. It's easier for me to go live than it is to do a video and all that other stuff. So I'm going to do that. So what we're going to talk about today, let me remove that. We're going to talk about really quick. I saw a news article in regards to Jonathan Majors. So we're going to be talking about Jonathan Majors and he's making a movie comeback. He's going to be acting in a Daily Wire action film. Now, Daily Wire is a conservative, right-wing conservative group, and they make some action films. They've had other stars who've had checkered past, like Gina Carano, a couple of other people. I can't think of it. We'll read the news article, and they'll probably tell us more about that. So he's my understanding that he is filming in South Carolina as we speak. So let's get into. We're going to start with the TMZ article that I found. And I'm going to add that to the stage. All right, here we go. So this is the Daily Wire. Excuse me. This is TMZ, and TMZ does not give individual writers credit. So it says Jonathan Majors shooting first movie since assault case is produced by conservative Daily Wire, the Daily Wire. It says Jonathan Majors is back on film set more than 2 years after pleading guilty to assaulting his ex-girlfriend, though it is not exactly a mainstream Hollywood production. Now, here's where it is. He did not plead guilty. He was found guilty of some misdemeanor charges, but let's continue. The actor who once worked on Marvel flicks is shooting a new untitled action movie in South Carolina for the Daily Wire, the conservative media company founded by Ben Shapiro and film producer Jeremy Boring. The other actors in the movie and the plot are being kept under wraps, but the flick is supposed to be in the vein of Red Dawn and Toy Soldier, two movies about groups of teenagers fighting off invaders. Okay, so he's not a teenager. So, but it's supposed to be in that vein. So it's going to look like it's going to be an action flick. This isn't Daily Wire's first foray into the film and TV, by the way. They've made multiple documentaries, including the comedy movie Lady Ballers, which was one NBC contributor called Anti-Trans Propaganda, and the Western Terror on the Prairie, which started Gina Carano. Remember, Disney fired Carano from The Mandalorian after she likened prejudices against conservatives in America and the Holocaust. And it goes on about his career, how he lost his career. It goes on that he's currently married to Megan Good. So that is as reported by TMZ. Deadline has a story as well. Jonathan Majors makes a movie comeback in Daily Wire action pick filming this week in South Carolina. Creed 3 and Antman star Jonathan Majors shooting his first movie in 4 years as cameras roll this week. So if you're in South Carolina, you may get a chance to see Jonathan Majors and the other stars of this film. So this is a Kyle Ranking is directing from his own screenplay. The title, plot, and other cast are being kept under wraps for now, which is interesting. I'm wondering why they made it a story to make sure that we know that Jonathan Majors is in there, but they're not letting us know who else is in this film. Let's see. Ben Shapiro and Dallas Sonier are producing for the Daily Wire and Bonfire Legend, respectively. Travis Mills, Lillian Campbell, and Sydney Ackerman are also producing. The Daily Wire and Bonfire Legends have not shied away from opportunities to help resuscitate the careers of quote unquote canceled actors. The conservative media brands, which are coming off their biggest project to date in the TV series Pendragon cycle, also gave comeback movie roles to Armie Hammer, Gina Carano, after her exit from The Mandalorian. So there's several people that will be directing. They have Christopher Kimlin will be the cinematographer. They got David Guillermo. He'll be handling casting. We got Vincent Reynard is on board as production designer, and Emma Fleming will be the costume designer. All right, so Majors is represented by WME and Fox Rothschild. Rankin is repped by UTA, Greenlit Management, and an attorney, Steven Sparks. So, Jonathan Majors is coming back. He's filming. He's got some movie roles lined up. He's got that thing lined up. And I'm trying to see. Because I like to see and see specs. So there's some comments under the there are some comments under the Deadline article, and let me get to them. I'm just trying to skim. All right, let's get to them. So let's get to some of these comments. And forgive me, my computer, I don't know what's been going on. My computer has been running slow. I don't know if I have too much stuff on it or what. All right. Somebody by the name of Sure Why Not says, I don't know what that means. Let's Meet Up.mfx says Magazine Dream should have been a Daily Wire domestic release with one of the majors servicing it for international territories. Daily Wire would have likely gotten it to a number higher than the inevitable theatrical release, give its branding and audience exposure. However, there is a reticence and hesitation for major studios to collaborate with a firm like Daily Wire because of its politics. I wish the studio would maintain that position, even if the Daily Wire's politics are wildly different from my own. That's just that I consider them entertainment instead of news. So I'm a little less emotional about collaborating with them. But it's understandable why a person in development would be appalled to work with a production company that holds certain political positions. CK, I'm not calling his name, is not the world's leading political thinker, and those that think him brilliant are named KW. At the same time, you're preventing yourself from making money from half of the country. And there's just little nobility in that when your business is contracting and declining year after year. There's also not much nobility in that line of thinking when your business is not as diverse as it could be. So many people are making movies that appeal to less than half of the country. Not really a mystery why businesses have contracted when you think about it too. When you think about it too long, it's frustrating actually, because a company not leaving profits on the table when it comes to a quote unquote red state content would have a balance sheet healthy enough to greenlight riskier films with casts that don't travel. And he said Black and Latin films. Spoiler alert: these films do travel with sufficient marketing and marketers that know what they are doing. And somebody said practicing moral gymnastics for the next Summer Olympics. Someone named Anna says that Jonathan's an incredible actor. Too bad people slept on his bodybuilding movie. That was an incredible performance. So I think he'll be back in major productions. And someone says Daily Wire is not a comeback. Max says this guy's got to eat. Someone said he doesn't need to be an actor to earn a paycheck. And he said he doesn't need to flip burgers. Someone says, and this is anonymous, someone says he doesn't need to flip burgers so that bitter randos on the internet can feel better about themselves either. Ooh, these comments. These comic sections are something. Let's see. Let's see. Andre says, "Hello, everyone. Why doesn't he get on one of these TV shows? I don't know. I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact of auditioning. I don't know exactly what it is, but I think television and Netflix and those types of production, HBO, all those places have different movies and things that come on there every week. So I am just I'm surprised that that hasn't happened." Hey, Sissy. Hi, Pam. I'm waiting for Jonathan to make his comeback. I think a lot of people have been too. I think after a while, but again, you're going to have those people that will, for the reasons that were given about what happened to him, and that him and Grace Jabari, they're not he should not be able to come back at all. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, Blues Pamela. I hate this for him. The toe got to be stepped in. He got bills to pay, all of that other stuff. I don't, I'm not in no Bill Shapiro politics or anything like that. I'm definitely not in that. But, uh, when we make it so difficult for people to work, because of cancel culture, it gets like this. It gets like this. Hey, Torian. When I saw this, I said, I don't know how to feel about this. It's one of those things to me where it's like, I'm glad to see you working. I don't know how I feel about the parties that you're working with. However, I'm glad to see you working. Let's see what he does. Maybe he'll make this movie into something special. He'll help make it special, and they'll be able to, he'll be able to, this will be a stepping stone for him for doing everything, because he's going to need something, like I said, because you know how the pundits are going to be talking. He's going to need something to put him back out there. This is what he went to school for. This is what he does. He acts. So let's see if we can get him out there acting. If they think Daily Wire would have propelled magazine dreams, they're bugging. Yeah, I don't think that they would have. I don't think that they would have either. I just saw Zachary Levy will be in this movie too, and he's probably, so they must be like the rehab place for people who have been considered to be problematic. The Daily Wire must be that, because I'm still trying to figure out what happened to that. Y'all remember Jonathan Majors was doing some movie that he had gone up to Canada to put the finishing touches or something on it, and that never came out. So I'm wondering if that movie is going to come out or not. These comments are diabolical. Yeah. Yeah. But I also think so too, that there has been a balance of information. You'll see some people who wish, as Samuel L. Jackson's character said, they wished he died and go, I hope he died and go to hell, or whatever that little statement was in that movie. And then you have some people are saying like, well, there needs to be a redemption story. He should be able to redeem. There's some people who are like, they don't want him on the acting screen at all, as some of these comments have said. He should be flipping burgers or doing something else. But he is doing something else. If you all are familiar with him and doing, say, he has a company called Honor Culture, and it's with bodybuilding and life rebuilding and all of this other stuff. Go check that out. He's got merch. He's got all kinds of stuff. So there is a totally different type of business. But I also think it's always interesting to me that some people get and don't mishear me when I say this. Some people are allowed to come back, and then some people are not. Some people had to go through the fire to come back, because I'm thinking of a particular Marvel actor, you know, who was pulling guns out and doing all kinds of stuff, and now they pay him hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars to be on the show. So we will see. Everyone is having a comeback. I think about Charlie Sheen and all the stuff that he's been going through. He's had a comeback. So let's see. Sissy says he's definitely going to make a comeback no matter what anyone says. Yeah. Blue says, I know the bills have to be paid, but Daily Wire movies don't push the needle enough for rehab. Remember, Gina Carano had a film over there that went. Listen, I hear what you're saying. I do. I hear what you're saying. And I do believe that he should be on television, but and all those things. But I am wondering if they're wanting for a production to take a chance on him, he do a good job, and then other people will be willing to take a chance on him as well. Because I think he could be over there with the likes of Netflix, and he has had a relationship with HBO, but as we remember, there was something going on that set of and this is where you see my caffeine brain farts. Oh, what was the name of the movie? What was the name of the television show he was on HBO that everybody fell in love with him? And I'm seeing the promo pic, but I cannot see the name. Put it down in the comments for me. Oh, what's the name of that? I'm gonna look it up real quick. Lovecraft Country. Woo! And I mean, I'm just seeing this, but I'm not seeing the words. Dang, I hate when that happens. I'm just looking at it, but I can't get the words. Lovecraft Country. So but there was some kind of stuff going on, but we find out it had to do with the showrunner. But still, I think a lot of these productions are saying you need to. We would love to for you to come, and we'd love to do that, but you hadn't done anything since then. Let's see how you look right now. The hoops and things like that they would definitely want you to jump through. So we will see. We'll check it out. The movie that he was filming is supposed to come out this year. Okay, because I was trying to think of what that was, but I remember somebody's brother who's a big director producer was producing that particular film. Let's see. I mean, Blue, I'm just sitting here because I'm not going to show my face, but my hands are in front of my face like, okay, I'm going down that whole poster and I see the words, but I don't see the words. And it's like, I know that movie. It's the poster with him and uh, Jussie Smollett's sister on it. I just don't know why I'm blacking out like that. But let's continue some of them. We're going to read a couple of more and then we're going to get off out of here. Um, So someone named Jonathan says, how is a Daily Wire film that may not even get wide distribution a comeback? He'll never have a Disney career again. He'll be forgotten in the mainstream world and have a decent career in Black America. There are a dozen of great Black male talent now. Thankfully, we're no longer in the era of just one at a time. Okay, that is a very true statement right there. Because at one time, when you eat in rap music, particularly with women of rap, boy, we were playing Highlander. There can only be one type of deal. Them Duncan McLeods of the Clan McLeods. We were acting like there could only be one Highlander. They were cutting each other's heads off, trying not to be able to coexist in a space. So again, he may just because he's always been Black famous. Uh, like a majority of our actors, it's very rare that a lot of our Black actors are out there, in the mainstream where their name just flow off your tongue. But again, there are plenty of films. There are plenty of things that are on television. Not necessarily movies, but on these streaming services, on a lot of these films on streaming services. Excuse me, a lot of these series on streaming services are very popular. So yes, there is a lot of roles and acting roles for a lot of people. He could be one of those in those acting roles, because like I said, movies, people are not going to the movies like they used to, but they are sitting at home streaming television series. Someone says desperate for cash. He forgot who he is. We have not. Fickle public acceptance is disappointed. I expect to be. And someone says, named Fabio says, okay, so what do you want him to do? Not that we live our lives based on what others want us to do. Excuse me. If you was him, what would you in terms of acting? And don't give me answers such as quit. I want to hear talk of perseverance. And yeah, you're not gonna get an answer to that one. Big shouts out to Majors. Also, shout out to his queen Megan G and WME for supporting my guy. Anonymous. I support Jonathan Majors too. This project ain't it though. And I think that this right here supports like how we're feeling. It's like Ben Shapiro. But if this is not a project, if this may not be a project that moves the needle as far as the public, but it may be a project that moves the needle as Hollywood looking back and say, okay, so he's still got it. He still has it. Let's give him an opportunity. You know, maybe we could give him another opportunity, but we'll see. Because this is not the only project I think that he has on deck. All right. I think that let me see. We got a couple more. Oh, let's go to older comments. And somebody says the hypocrisy is real on both sides. Bender said that. And someone anonymous says the Daily Wire. Come on, Jonathan, you can't be that desperate for work. And Word says, well, where is your opportunity for him? Instead of blaming the guy, provide for him and his. Anything else is just noise. The guy just found work that is also legal, and you guys are lost in your personal views of the producers. Crabs in a barrel mentality. Someone says, nice try. I'd be saying the same thing if he was starring in a low budget asylum movie. He's just too talented for the Daily Wire. Well, we'll see. I'm not going to read any more of those. We will definitely see. Like I said, I think thank you. Merciless. I knew. Listen, I knew my entertainers was gonna help me out because you know that brain fart is real. That brain fart can be real. So we'll see how he does in this movie. I don't know what kind of distribution it'll have. Will it play in your area? But my question to you is, if it's playing in your area, will you go see it? Will you support it? Let me know down in the comments. All right, people, we do this every week. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video if you care. Y'all, please tell, and make sure y'all are hitting that like button. I see there's about 9 of y'all in here, so please make sure you all are hitting that like button for me. It helps with my engagement. So please tell a friend, tell a kin, tell a coworker, tell that heifer that you can't stand that I'm over here making these videos. And as always, people, it will have little to no distribution. Eep. Well, why don't they just do straight to video? Never mind. And as always, people, bye-bye.